Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be going through the Stepford County Railway Driver Operations Guide. It is version 1.7 as of now. I hope this helps, and you are able to complete the training after watching this video. And without further ado, let's start. What is driving? Driving refers to the act of operating a vehicle, in this case, a train. The driver is responsible for ensuring the safe transportation of passengers throughout the entire network of SCR. Once a driver arrives at their scheduled stop, they open their doors for boarding, load passengers, close the doors, and depart the station to continue towards their next stop. These steps may vary slightly depending on the roles involved, such as the guard and the or dispatcher. Spawning as a driver. From the role selection menu, anyone, regardless of their rank, will be able to select the driver role, as shown below. After entering the driver team, you will be presented with a list of trains and routes to choose from. Select one of each and click on Drive. You will now see a list of depots to spawn at. Indicated by white letters, click on the desired depot and your train will spawn there. Here we can see the driving GUI and the functionality of each element. Pause the video if you need more time to familiarize yourself with these features. Approaching a station and car stop markers. When approaching a station, it is important to follow these guidelines. Slow down to a speed between 25 and 45 miles per hour. Stop at the car stop marker. That corresponds to the number of coaches your train has. Numbered car stop markers have priority over standard car stop markers. If there is no car stop marker that matches the number of coaches, stop at the next higher number instead. If there are no numbered markers, stop at the S-car stop marker. When you arrive at the terminus end of the line with your train, you should stop close to the buffer, if present, or at the designated car marker, which may be labeled as terminating car stop. Additionally, you may notice that car markers have different colors. Black markers are universal and used by all operators. Light blue markers are specifically for Connect, and orange markers are exclusive to Airlink. Just like cars, trains also have traffic lights referred to as signals. These signals are essential for preventing train collisions or unintentional signal passed at danger incidents. It is important to understand the meaning of each signal and what actions to take when encountering them. Here are the signal indications and their corresponding instructions. Green signal indicates that the block ahead is clear. You can pass this signal at the speed limit. The next signal may be green or double yellow. Double yellow signal indicates that the block ahead is clear, but you should start slowing down in preparation for the upcoming caution signal. Yellow signal indicates that the block ahead is clear, but you should slow down to 45 miles per hour until the next green signal aspect. Red signal indicates that the block ahead is occupied by another train or is under the control of a signaller, indicated by a blue dot on the signal. You must stop in front of the signal and wait until the aspect changes to yellow or green to proceed. At depots and sidings, you may encounter shunt signals located on the ground. The following indications apply. White shunt signal, you can proceed at the speed limit. Red shunt signal, the block ahead is occupied, and you must come to a stop. Signal blocks. Every route is divided into smaller sections known as blocks. A block is the area between two signals along the track. Each block is designed to be large enough for an entire train to come to a complete stop within it. The purpose of these blocks is to ensure the safe and efficient operation of trains. To prevent any collisions. Only one train is allowed to occupy a block at a time. By enforcing the rule of one train per block, The system ensures that trains maintain a safe distance from each other and reduces the risk of accidents or crashes. Interacting with a dispatcher. The driving procedure can vary slightly, depending on the presence of a dispatcher on the platform you are stopping at. Here's how it works. Arrival at a station. When you arrive at a station and finish loading your passengers, you will notice that you cannot close your doors if there is a dispatcher on duty. Instead, you will see the message "Awaiting Doors Dispatch" displayed on your GUI. Dispatcher's role. You will have to wait for the dispatcher to come to your platform and perform the necessary tasks. The dispatcher will sound their whistle as a signal for you to close your doors. Once the doors are closed, the message on your GUI will change to awaiting final dispatch. Departure permission. After the dispatcher has completed their tasks and signaled readiness, they will sound their whistle for a second time. This signal indicates that you are allowed to depart from the station and continue your journey. By following this procedure and coordinating with the dispatcher, you ensure a smooth and organized operation at each station. Driving with a guard. The driving procedure can vary slightly, depending on the presence of a guard on your train. Here's how it works. Accepting a guard request. If you accept a guard request, the guard will be teleported to a seat inside your train. Stopping at a station. When you come to a stop at a station, you need to enable your doors to allow the guard to stand up and begin their procedure. The guard will leave your train and open the passenger doors to initiate the loading process. Loading passengers. Once passengers have been loaded, you must wait for the guard to sound their whistle and close the doors again. The guard will then check that all doors have been closed. If the signal ahead is clear, they will sound their whistle a second time and return to your train. Awaiting guard buzzer. After the guard returns to the train, you will notice that the loading bar displays awaiting guard buzzer before you can depart. The guard needs to press the buzzer to indicate that everything is ready for departure. You will hear an audible tone, and a bell icon will flash in your GUI to acknowledge the guard's readiness. You need to buzz the guard back by either clicking on the bell icon in the GUI or pressing T on your keyboard. Departure permission. Once you have buzzed the guard back, you are allowed to depart from the station and continue your journey. By following this procedure and coordinating with the guard, you ensure a coordinated and efficient operation, especially during passenger loading and departure processes. Automatic warning system. The automatic warning system, AWS, is an important safety feature that reminds you when you are approaching a signal set to caution or danger. Here's how it works. Visual and audible warning. The AWS will provide a visual indicator and an audible tone to alert you about the approaching signal. This serves as a reminder to take appropriate action. Dismissing the AWS warning. Upon receiving the AWS warning, you have 6 seconds to dismiss it. You can do this by clicking directly on the warning in the GUI or pressing the O key on your keyboard. Failure to dismiss. If you fail to dismiss the AWS warning, your train will come to an immediate halt. You will then have to wait for 10 seconds before being able to release the brakes and resume operation. SPAD signal passed at danger. In the event of passing a signal set to danger SPAD, the Train Protection and Warning System TPWS will engage the emergency brakes, bringing your train to an immediate halt. After a SPAD, you must wait for 20 seconds before being able to release the brakes. Signal controlled by a signaller. If the signal is controlled by a signaller and set to danger, you must wait for them to change the signal to caution or proceed before releasing your brakes. These safety measures are in place to ensure compliance with signals and to prevent accidents or dangerous situations on the track. Always respond promptly to the AWS warnings and adhere to signal indications to maintain a safe train operation. Signage around SCR. Throughout the rail network of SCR, you will come across various signs that play a crucial role in operating your train safely. Here are some important signs you will encounter. Speed indicator. The most common sign you will encounter while driving a train is a speed indicator. The number displayed on the sign indicates the speed at which you should pass it. Until the next speed indicator, your GUI will also display this speed limit underneath your current speed, providing you with a visual reference. Warning indicator. The warning indicator is another type of speed sign. It serves as an alert for an upcoming change in the speed limit. When you pass this sign, you should start slowing down to match the speed indicated on the sign. Whistle board. Whistle boards are typically found before level crossings or hidden junctions. When you pass a whistle board, it is important to sound your horn or whistle. This alerts potential pedestrians and oncoming trains to your presence, especially if they may not have a clear line of sight. These signs are essential for maintaining safe operations and adhering to speed limits and communication protocols while operating your train. Paying close attention to these signs and following the indicated instructions ensures the safety of passengers, pedestrians, and other railway users. Head codes. A head code serves as a unique identifier for your train and facilitates communication between drivers, dispatchers, guards, and signallers. It consists of the following components. Single-digit number. This indicates the train class or type of service. It helps categorize trains based on their specific characteristics or purpose. Letter. The letter represents the destination of the train. It identifies the specific route or end point to which the train is headed. To digit number. This number is generated in sequential order between 00 and 98. It distinguishes each train from others traveling on the same route and heading to the same destination. Every train is assigned a different head code to ensure uniqueness. For example, if there are two trains traveling from Stepford, Victoria to Stepford, UFC, both of their head codes will start with 2U, representing the destination. However, they will have different two-digit numbers at the end to make them easily distinguishable from each other. By utilizing head codes, effective communication can take place among railway staff, allowing for accurate identification and tracking of trains throughout the network. Train priority. When you arrive at a station with a dispatcher, they follow a set of train priority rules. It's important to be patient if you are not dispatched first, as there may be reasons behind it. One of the basic priority rules is called head code priority. Here's how it works. The dispatcher considers the first digit of your head code to determine your priority compared to other trains at the station. The priority hierarchy based on the first digit is as follows. Trains with a 9X head code receive the highest priority. Trains with an X head code have the next priority level. Trains with a 2X head code follow in priority. Trains with a 3X head code have the lowest priority among these options. It's important to note that being late does not automatically grant you the highest priority. For instance, a late the 9th train will receive priority over an on-time X service, but will not take precedence over any 9X service, according to the head code priority rule mentioned earlier. For more detailed information on train priority, it is recommended to consult the dispatcher guide, as it provides comprehensive guidelines and specific details related to the prioritization process. Here are the keybinds for both keyboard and mouse, as well as controller inputs. Please feel free to pause the video if you need more time to familiarize yourself with the controls. Rules. As a qualified driver at SCR, it is important to adhere to certain rules to maintain a positive and respectful environment. While we cannot list every possible offence, here are some common ones that you should avoid. Disrespectful behaviour. Treating any user at SCR with disrespect, regardless of their rank, is not tolerated. Ruining others' experience. Intentionally spoiling the in-game experiences of others by leaving your train AFK on the tracks, intentionally driving slowly, or engaging in train surfing as a passenger is not acceptable. Unauthorized access. Accessing restricted areas such as roofs, gantries, or crossing tracks to reach other platforms through unauthorized means like parkouring is prohibited. Hindering guards' dispatches. Avoid obstructing or interfering with the work of guards and dispatchers who play essential roles in ensuring smooth operations. Speeding. Skipping stations. Adhere to speed limits and make all scheduled stops. Avoid excessive speeding or skipping stations without valid reasons. Signal violations. Repeatedly passing signals at danger SPADing, or ignoring the automatic warning system AWS on multiple occasions is a serious offence and compromises safety. If any of these offences are reported, they can result in an official warning or even a demotion back to trainee driver. Severe offences or repeated rule violations may lead to temporary or permanent blacklisting, resulting in exclusion from future trainings as a consequence. It is crucial to maintain a respectful and responsible attitude while operating as a qualified driver to ensure a positive experience for all users and promote safety on the network. This guide aims to provide comprehensive information on the subject of driving at SCR. However, please keep in mind that it is not a substitute for proper training, and it is important to pay close attention to the training briefing provided. If you have any further questions or require assistance, don't hesitate to create an SCR assistance ticket. A supervisor will be available to help and provide guidance as needed. Safe and responsible driving is essential for a smooth and enjoyable experience at SCR. By following the rules and guidelines outlined in this guide, you can contribute to a positive environment for all users on the network. And that concludes all the essential information you need to pass the Stepford County Railway Qualified Driver Training. A big thanks to the authors, Stessama author and HV9690 approver, for creating this helpful guide to support us in our training. If you enjoyed the video and would like to see more content related to the other handbooks, please show your support by liking and subscribing to the channel. Feel free to leave any comments or feedback below. Thank you for watching. Bye.